This is a short video to show you how you can use a screencast to create a presentation that you can submit as an assessment. So there are some variations on how you can achieve this, so you need to make sure that you read your guidelines from your tutors for the specific submission that you're creating. But it's highly likely that you'll be able to use Prezi and or PowerPoint as well. So all you need to do is create your presentation to start with the content that's required. Once you've created that presentation, then there's a good chance that you might need to also write a script that you're going to talk from, and that script may have, or will probably need to have, in-text citations in it. Now some of these in-text citations you might not need to give across, you might not need to speak them, but they'll need to be in your text, and then you'll need a reference list which will probably need to be in your presentation and in the submission script as well. Now this script doesn't need to be in assignment format, it can be in text, but can use bullet points or subtitles to separate it out into different slides. It's not essential to use every single word that you have in your script, but you should be quite clear that if you're using a script, that's where most of the marks will be attributed and the feedback will be given. And you should stick broadly to the script that you're using. So we've got a presentation. We've also created a script. Now we need to put the two together and record them. Basically a screencast will record anything that's on your screen with your voice over the top of it, as long as you ensure that you've got your microphones and your computer can handle it. It's possible to use screenr.com, and for free you have up to 5 minutes to use on that, and at the moment we're using Screencast-O-Matic. Now Screencast-O-Matic is really easy to use, as is ScreenR. You go to the website, you press start recording, and then it will give you really clear instructions. So it's quite hard for me to actually show you how to use Screencast-O-Matic because I'm using it at the moment. So I took a screenshot here and I put this into a PowerPoint slide. So what you get as soon as you start recording with Screencast-O-Matic, you get this kind of dotted line box here, and it's got some controls at the bottom. So here, this will show where your speech is being recorded, and you'll see a green bar moving up and down as you talk. So if it's not there, you need to address that with your microphone. You can click this button here, the green one, and then you can deal with some of the sound issues. Now you can set the size for your screencast. Just take the whole screen, then you press record, and you start recording. If you're a bit nervous about recording though, you should realise that you can press pause at any point, and I've been pausing throughout this presentation, and then you can restart it. So you can do one section at a time, you can get your bearings, you can also go back slightly and then record over the top, I believe, but you can pause, record it in small sections, and be quite confident about the section you're recording. So once back in Screencast-O-Matic, when you've finished, you press pause, you press done at the bottom, and then it will give you some options, either to save it into MP4 format, or to post it to YouTube, or to save it in Screencast-O-Matic, I think. You need to choose the MP4 format and save it onto a USB key, which is quite likely, but you should check with your guidelines to see if there's an alternative means of submission. Once you've recorded your screencast and you've saved it to MP4, you save it to your USB key once you've also saved it onto your computer, but then you should make sure that if you take that USB key out, try it in a different computer, because there's been instances of just vision or just audio being recorded. So before you submit it, you need to make sure that they're both saved there simultaneously. If you're submitting a USB key, then it would make absolute sense to write your name on the key if you can, to put it in an envelope, a sealed envelope, put your name on the envelope and the module that you're submitting for, and then to staple that envelope onto the back of your front cover so that the USB key isn't going to fall out anywhere. Apart from that, I think that's all the information you need. Don't leave it to the last minute, because you can't be sure that your computer system will work. So do take the time to practice, or at least play with the software to start with. You can borrow microphones from IT support, you can use different computers. Just make sure that you know it's going to work before you leave it to the actual submission, and enjoy.